Good morning, and we are now in chapter 5 of Alma, and we're going to get into the preaching of Alma, the high priest, according to the order of God, delivering to the people in their cities and villages throughout the land. And we came to pass that Alma began to deliver the word of God unto the people, first in Zarahemla, and from thence throughout the land. And these are the words which he spake unto the church, as was established in Zarahemla, according to his own record, saying, I am Alma, having been consecrated by my father Alma, being a high priest over the church, he having power and authority. Notice how many times it mentions power in the next couple of verses. And authority authority from God to do these things. Behold, I say unto you, that he began to establish a church in the land which was in the borders of Nephi, the land which is called the land of Mormon. Yea, he did baptize his brethren in the waters of Mormon. Behold, I say unto you, they were delivered out of the hands of the people of Noah by the mercy and power of God. Behold, after they were brought into bondage, by the hands of the Lamanites in the wilderness, I say unto you, they were in captivity, and again the Lord did deliver them out of bondage by the power of his word. So they've used power about 3 times here. And we were brought into the land. I notice he says there, we were brought into this land, and here we began to establish the church of God throughout this land also. I just noticed it now, but I wonder if that, because up here, that he began to establish, and then they were delivered from the power of King Noah. But when it comes to being brought into the land of Zarahemla, he says we were brought into the land. I wonder if, because remember, they were in the land of Helam for probably 20 or 30 years or something like that, and Alma the younger could have been born there. And we began to establish the Church of God throughout this land also. And just a quick thing on the footnote here, if you look down at Mosiah 27:16. Now I say unto thee, go. This is the angel speaking to Alma when he was going around persecuting the church, but he is commanded of the angel to go and remember the captivity of thy fathers in the land of Helam and the land of Nephi. Remember how great things he has done for them, that they were in bondage, and he has delivered them. And now I say unto thee, Alma, go thy way, and seek to destroy the church no more, that their prayers may be answered, and this even if thou wilt thyself be cast off. So the one commandment was to remember these things, and now he's telling the church these things. And it says right here, he gives the same commandment. Now behold, I say unto you, my brethren, you that belong to this church, have you sufficiently retained in remembrance the captivity of your fathers? Yea, have you sufficiently retained in remembrance his mercy and long-suffering towards them. And moreover, have ye sufficiently retained in remembrance that he has delivered their souls from hell? So he really wants them to remember, doesn't he? Behold, he changed their hearts, yea, he awakened them out of a deep sleep, and they woke unto God. Behold, they were in the midst of darkness. Nevertheless, their souls were illuminated by the light of the everlasting word. Yea, they were encircled about by the bands of death, and the chains of hell, and an everlasting destruction did await them. I ask you of you, my brethren, were they destroyed? Behold, I say unto you, nay, they were not. And again I ask, were the bands of death broken, and the chains of hell which encircled them about, were they loosed? I say unto you, yea, they were loosed, and their souls did expand, and they did sing redeeming love. And I say unto you that they are saved. I love that they did sing redeeming love. I wonder how that was, if that was metaphorical. Well, it is metaphorical in the sense of that's how you feel, your soul feels. But if there were songs that they had specifically written at this time, that they would have been singing. I mean, think about ours at the beginning of the church in our dispensation, and we had Come, Come Ye Saints written by the William Clayton, and we had many other hymns that were written at that time that went into the first hymn book, and things that they did sing and we sing today. And of course we always think about my great-great-grandfather William Clayson, who wrote a lot of the music for the hymn book, the current hymn book. Hopefully there's some in the next hymn book. But it's interesting to think that that's in there, that I think it's metaphorical, that your heart just feels a song within it. But sometimes it's also actually singing those songs. And now I ask of you, on what conditions are they saved? Yea, what grounds have they to hope for salvation? What is the cause of their being loosed from the bands of death and also the chains of hell? So what's the question? Actually quite good. Is that 3 questions? So he's getting that power of 3 in there. He's really emotively getting those in there. Behold, I can tell you, did not my father Alma believe in the words which were by the mouth of Abinadi? And was he not a holy prophet? Did he not speak the words of God, and my father Alma believe him? And according to his faith there was a mighty change wrought in his heart. Behold, I say unto you, this is all true. Behold, he preached the word unto our fathers, and a mighty change was also wrought in their hearts, and they humbled themselves and put their trust in the true and living God. And behold, they were faithful until the end. Therefore they were saved. Now behold, I ask of you, my brethren of the church, behold, have ye spiritually been born of God? Have ye received his image in your countenances? Have you experienced this mighty change in your hearts? Do do ye exercise faith in the redemption of him who created you? Do you look forward with an eye of faith and view this mortal body raised in immortality, and this corruption raised in incorruption, and to stand before God and be judged according to the deeds which have been done in the mortal body? So, what questions? A lot of questions there. As we learned yesterday a little bit, that these questions are questions that we can ask ourselves on a regular basis to see where we really are standing with God. And I think that's why Alma gives this, is so that the people can look and say, am I doing these things? Am I really as faithful as I think I should be? And notice he doesn't say, do I go to church every week? Do I pay tithing? Do I live the word of wisdom? Do I... Now, those are good. Those are essential, really. But they're essential if you've had that mighty change of heart, if you still feel so today, if you exercise the faith in the redemption of him who created you, and if you can look forward with an eye of faith to view this mortal body raised in immortality, if you can do all those things, if you've got that eternal, or what's another term? Maybe I'll make one up, celestial view, or thinking celestial. I mean, that sounds like it could catch on. Think celestial. Anyway, if we could do that, then the other things just do happen. If you feel this way, if you have this mighty change in heart, where do you want to be? You want to be there on Sunday at church. If you have that mighty change of heart, paying tithing doesn't take much. It's just what you feel like you want to give more. If you have that mighty change of heart, you don't want to have those things that are in the word of wisdom that you're asked not to touch, and you want to take care of your body more. Those things do come, but these are the core questions. You need to know that you have this mighty change of heart, and that you can feel so now. And if not, you work on it, and sometimes this happens where you just get in this feeling of not having that mighty change of heart or something, and that's natural. But we work to keep it, and we keep it every day, and we read the scriptures, and we do these things, and we listen to these type of podcasts, because it keeps that mighty change of heart there. And I'm going to leave it there today. So I hope you do something today to have a mighty change of heart and retain in remembrance those things in your life, of the captivity of your fathers, you might say, and how God has redeemed them by his mighty power. And I hope you have a good day, and we will see you tomorrow.